So it began, Sacred Space began in 1999, and it was a bright idea of an Irish Jesuit called Alan McGuckian and a British Jesuit strangely working together with him in Dublin. And their question was, well, how can we use the internet for helping people to pray? It was as simple as that. And what seems so obvious now wasn't so obvious then. I mean, this is last century, 1999. It seems so far away with the developments. But all this query about was the internet any use in regard to promoting the things of God, if you like. You know, a lot of criticism of the internet, a lot of ignoring of it. So the notion that people were more and more getting wedded to their computers at offices and all the rest of it made people wonder, especially Alan, what you could do there. So the idea was, well, why not try to introduce them to the Jesus of the New Testament through the internet? And then how do you do that? So that's what started, and it was a humble beginning, which suddenly took off with around about 1,500 people visiting the site every day. Now we're up around about 17,000 or 6 million a year. So it has proved itself by the doing, if you like, you know, that it's popular. What we've tried to do is to create a kind of silence and stillness, an atmosphere of that, which will be followed by the Word. And rather than going at it the other way around, you listen to the Word and then you grow silent. It so happens that last year, or this year, Pope Benedict, in his message for Communications Day, said he wanted his title to be Silence and the Word, and they looked around the world for a site that was doing that and found us, which was quite a nice corroboration of the work we're trying to do. Anyway, one begins by slowing down and considering the fact that I am in the presence of God. The idea that God gazes on me and smiles is an idea taken from a 17th century French mystic who summed up all her work in that statement. You gazed on me and you smiled. So if people can enter into a new dimension by considering the presence of God. And then we pick up the notion of freedom, that here I am and I am free before God to grow in my relationship with God, become what I am capable of becoming, realizing my potential and so on, so that it's worthwhile deepening this relationship to God for my own sake, if you like. Simply, it was that for many people they'd heard about the program on the web but didn't have access or weren't familiar or happy with computers themselves, or they wanted to read this in bed when it wouldn't be handy to have a monitor hanging out of the ceiling and that kind of thing. And so people still like books, there's no doubt about that. And so we then looked for a publisher and we offered to provide the material, and it just took off. And the book is a great success. It's produced in Australia by Michelle Anderson and is produced by Veritas and by Ave Maria Press in the States. It's become the book of the month in Veritas just the other day as the beginning of the Year of Faith. They're promoting a book each month, and I was amazed and happy to see Sacred Space there, because it makes prayer immediately accessible to people. People don't trust themselves to pray on their own. They need support, and this provides it. Sooner or later then people can leave the book aside or even leave the site aside and continue to pray on their own. We're not trying to hang on to them forever and ever, amen.